Finals. So, without further ado, the inaugural Blast Global Finals begins between Astralis and Navi right here on Nuke. And of course, we've got the Danes on the CT side. Smokes both sides of Squeaky Door. Who will be the first to fall? Seems like Boomich catches him by surprise, falls in from Mini. Never the wiser. Astralis had no clue that was about to happen, and because of it, it's a 5v3 post plant, a T-side pistol round win. Is there a better way to start Nuke for Navi?
Yeah, no, there isn't. And keys to victory, of course, are going to be Boomich to come through on the opening kills to be able to get that first kill on top of show us that his calls are having impact. And one thing is with Boomich that we've seen that's been kind of consistent, when he's playing well, the calling is also really good. And that's always a great sign for Navi, and a reason why they got this far in the first place. Having to come through some really, really tough competition. Of course, you know, here's a situation. It's just one round, and we see Magus get caught off guard slightly inside the mini. The molly comes down, and again, that's what guides the footsteps, the bit of chaos that comes through. It's a nice opening. It's one round for what it's worth. Here's another storyline. Having Bubsky in the game on Nuke. In his last, 6 matches, he hasn't got a game with more than 10 kills on T-side. And as he referenced in an interview, I think at DreamHack Masters winner, he said on T-sides he wasn't really slotting in that well. The question is he an upgrade from Zipix? It's hard to say. It's hard to argue that he is from what we can see. But obviously, Astralis are not a team that are trying to just hand out favors, right? Surely they're going to try to use Bubsky to take their team to the next level. Either way, we're into the next round.
Wow, the pace, yet again, Boomich going to be that front runner. We do have an answer. This time it's not the double kill straight out the gate. Magisk able to keep it equal and then some. Gets Boomich as he tries to take that long journey up and around the heaven. Where does this leave Navi? Well, it pushes Astralis into a spot where they're still just playing with what they began with. A few less grenades, but they didn't get their paws on the weapons that they've dropped. Perfecto's low. Gonna serve as a bit of a garage anchor as his teammates go downstairs.
And a 3-on-4 situation. They catch a straggler. That's Glaive that gets shut down, and we had Perfecto in kind of an outpost here in the big garage, waiting for some mistake to happen. Now Magisk will eventually trade him out as well. He was the lower player, and they at least get info that Magisk is upstairs. So this is going to lead them to come downstairs, where there is a CT lying in wait.
This is all Magisk so far. 3 kills at the current moment. Bubsky's going to add 1 to the tally, but it's Simple. And they're outgunned. No longer outnumbered, as Simple takes to the back of the site. It's all on Dupree, smoking to Deeg. And Simple jittering around now, has him spotted. He can take this fight on his own accord, but he does take damage back, and there's the clutch from Simple. A little 1v3 to get that second round. The costs are high for Navi.
Damn, he actually scores that one. They're supposed to win the round, of course. They come in with more money, but then they end up losing players on their way down to lower. It looks unlikely here. But some really crispy shooting from Simple. Gets it to the 1v1 and to labored effort in the 1v1. But he's got the cover to work with. Dupree's out in the open. So no surprise that he ends up winning that duel. And that's a saving grace from Simple. Now we get to see Simple in the second half, but first we get to see Device in the first half as well. And we're talking about, I think it's no surprise, the top 3 operators in the world are also the top 3 best nuke CT rifle or CT operators in the world as well. Device right up in that position. And I'm sure basically everybody has learned from Device on this map when it comes to the CT side and how to play it. But before we get to the rifles, we've just got one more anti-eco, and a couple of kills come down quickly. And for Astralis, it is just about trying to get some economic damage in if possible. But that's just about it.
Astralis with a nod to Navi. 2 Zeus on the field. One of which inside of hut here, hoping somebody walks inwards. Perfecto just standing above it, watches towards the ramp push. Not gonna happen. So Navi looking to milk this one.
In terms of rotations, no one does it smarter than Device, of course. But both teams have beasts on this map.
Easy pickups.
Yeah, the cleanup comes through. Bubsky's left alone. And on CT side for Bubsky, nothing but good things to say. Like, I think when we were watching all of his initial nuke games, CT side looked good. The way he was playing ramp looked good. He was never taking too many risks. He was usually winning his opening duel. It was more in the second half that things were an issue. So I think, and at first what we saw was a lot of teams were avoiding ramp, I feel like, not really messing with Bubsky all that much. He was finding the good opportunities for when to push into ramp, and we'll be paying attention to that in this game, as well as when to go downstairs and how to play from there. But of course, I'm sure he's developed some stuff. So he'll find at least one kill here. That's an AK knockdown, and they'll try to cover it. In fact, they do that. One kill on the round is Na'Vi, pick up 3.
Good to know that a bit of time on the bench, and Bubsky is already quickly shaken off the ring rust. Crisp Deagle into a stationary simple for that one. But now the game begins. Buy up on the side of Astralis, Device immediately opping. Who takes to the stars for the Danes? Who begins this first map as hot as can be?
I think the opening strategy is very important to show us what Na'Vi want to get out of this half. Right now, it's the default with a little bit of pressure on side. Tweaky, actually, they're going to continue forward with the exact. The flash is just good enough to get one kill. There's another player on top of the HUD.
Yeah, he's up here in the rafters, and as Boomich looks upwards, it's Dupree to get himself a kill, Glaive adding one, and sure enough, it's just Na'Vi kind of getting pulled in different directions. Oddly enough, a Molotov kill. That makes things somewhat interesting. But Electronic then takes damage.
This is interesting.
And it gets turned back. Simple's out towards ramp.
The problem is, will they make a mistake as to rotate into ramp in this spot? It's been left open for so long. We'll see. The CTs are starting to make their way over, and it looks like they might. Will he wait? This is an opportunity. There's another player right behind him who is not checking ramp at the moment. And Simple, he just has to get the kill. They'll use this to lead off. Glaive cannot rotate in time, and the drop comes through. Now it's a 2v2.
Yeah, Glaive was way more focused over outside, thinking maybe somebody was encroaching on Hell. Simple buys enough time and then takes his shot. Glaive takes his shot and misses the mark. Back in with a second peek. Simple's got both of the crucial kills that got them down here. Bubsky attempting to challenge out through the doorway. The flash goes out, but he doesn't. And as he peeks, he's caught from control. A 4th round win from Na'Vi.
No, the clutch is in favor of Na'Vi right now. They look super composed at the moment. And of course, Simple, such a key piece to all of these moments, right? The 1v3 in the second round, as well as this critical frag as he waits patiently to make the CT behind him rotate farther away. Glaive could have peeked out with that op sooner to trade out Simple if he hadn't been patient. And that's the idea behind waiting. Of course, you're thinking, oh, he's trying to knife him. And listen, it might have been in the back of his head, but that wasn't his #1 priority. It's let the CTs get more and more comfortable with the idea that ramp is completely clear.
Create that gap, create that space between them. Dead on. Glaive got to the doorway before that trigger was pulled. And right out this one, we've got Glaive with a Deagle kill.
Hey, no offense to Glaive, but you can see immediately, like, Device doesn't miss that shot. And he also doesn't die on the repeak in the same way. He is a cut above for that reason.
Dupree's Mag 7 looking hungry towards lobby, but we have Na'Vi moving all the closer towards ramp. It's going to be Bubsky under pressure. Bubsky at bat. Here on the crates, he waits, flash goes inwards, and he goes downwards. Now, Boomich has got himself an alleviating kill. The pressure off somewhat with this pickup on Device. You know, the last round we saw Simple wait to draw distance between the CTs. Well, a kill like that will most certainly pull Astralis in different directions. And in case any of those directions are forward through hut, Simple comes back. 45 seconds left for Na'Vi to play.
Every incentive in the world to try to push, considering they only have pistols and this mag, but no opportunities. Everything is being watched.
And ramp is being taken.
Down a player means there is always going to be a gap eventually, and Glaive finds that outside, looking for the flank.
He hears the utility, so he's definitely on high alert. Oh, Simple looks the wrong way. Mag 7 gets into the engagement. Bubsky now, his second chance. He didn't do anything towards the ramp as he offered it over. Now he could find himself a headshot. A little bit of damage and an awkward position because bomb gets thrown down. 10 seconds and Magisk has one. All on Boomich, and it's not going to work. Astralis with 4 Deags and a Mag 7 rob away around.
Yeah, they steal it. That's a nice shot from Bubsky as the control door swings open to stop him from progressing into the sights. And of course, I think Simple, he's looking for somebody who makes noise in one direction, either outside, it was Glaive, or Dupree in the hut, and then the other guy shoots him in the side. So they deny the pressure a little bit, and then they win on just as eco. That's a little bit frustrating for Na'Vi, of course, but I think they've had their fair share of, they've had luck go their way enough already in this game. So Now the buy comes through again. We don't have the op up on the T side. Bubsky playing this a little bit like Nap on top of the boxes. Oh my god, the drop op shot on Boomich, trying to get on top of Mini. He was safe as soon as his feet hit the ground. But the Vice doesn't let him get that far.
It's a no-fly zone. Clips his wings.
He's ATC.
Puts Astralis to the 5v4. Couple pieces of utility towards Squeaky. Device gets himself another. 2 casualties for Na'Vi outside, both at the hands of the Opper. And with a double man disadvantage and 50 seconds to spare, they're still sitting in lobby. We've seen an affinity for the A site. We've seen the executes. We've seen them come late at times. Earlier today versus Vitality, Na'Vi kind of running into walls when their opponents have a few remaining grenades, and that is the case here in this 6th one. A single incendiary for Astralis, and Flamey's gonna try his hand outside. Device nowhere to be found just yet, but he is still floating over towards Hell as Simple comes creeping around the side of this smoke. That is where Perfecto gets caught, because Glaive's down in the vents. So clearly Na'Vi were looking to inject into the B site, and it doesn't go well. Glaive with 2, and Flamey with nothing to show.
Yeah, this is, you know, I think if Astralis is a baked good, you know, that's something that takes a lot of time and refinement to get perfect. And you've got to be very careful with the ingredients and the time it takes. Glaive is stir fry in the middle of all of it. Okay, on the CT side, he's the one who gets a little bit wild. He's not measuring everything perfectly. He's floating on the CT side. He's the guy who's like, you're expecting structure, right? But then you get fire.
You just wing it.
You just run into him. He's going to be all over the place. That's what really makes Astralis hard to play against these days. And, you know, the fact that he's in vents this round versus on top of the hut where they thought they would find him originally, plus outside flanking like he did on that round previous. This is his brand on the CT side of Nuke, and something that he's really honed and developed in the last half year or so.
Great grenade to get Simple down to such little HP. Immediately, Device Magus. Oh, that's a great combination. Magus killing all 3 players at the base of that silo, anticipating the peek from Simple, who, as said, low because of utility. So that single AK round from Na'Vi, and it falls flat. Flat as can be. Bubsky to close this one. 5 alive for Astralis. This CT side starting to come to life.
I'm just happy that they won so the game is a little bit closer. We can see the most of this half possible. We'll see where the rest of this video takes us. I think all the maps can deliver very, very interesting results, especially when we called back to Inferno from last year at Blast at the beginning of the year. And that incredible map from Simple to really set the precedent for what kind of level we were going to have from him in 2020. And Astralis being able to get some revenge for that. Of course, the actual spring groups will be coming up in just 10 days, but this is the global finals to wrap up what we saw last year. Now, Device, he's opping the cross. He misses a shot. The smoke plumes. That was an opportunity that shouldn't have been given up from Na'Vi. They'll be counting their lucky stars. But from here, they can start to move forward with the round. However, Dupree finds that 5v4 on Boomich eventually.
Yep. We get some movement downstairs from Astralis as well. As Glaive gets to the top of the secret stairs, he's got Dupree just underneath him, and there is a T in between.
If he... Oh, okay.
Device on the ramp, hits the shot, but doesn't take Flamey down. Electronic, this is a big challenge. And oh, Dupree, as he moves back towards ramp because it's been compromised, he doesn't look away. Body bagging Electronic before he departs, which is crucial. He's here alongside Bubsky, a little bit of a 2v2 towards ramp, 3rd Na'Vi member coming downwards, and Bubsky holds on until Perfecto walks right into the crosshair, where Bubsky gets 2 and Dupree a single kill. Astralis tying this game at 4.
Bubsky's playing it very carefully with how quickly he's getting downstairs, but this, you know, in the past I've seen that once Bubsky goes downstairs, it can be a bit awkward for him. Agreed. But right now, Dupree's rotations have been mint, okay? Even though Bubsky has to do the heavy lifting and get those first 2 kills, Dupree makes sure he can't die by already having rotated into control room. Plus, he was the guy to kill Boomich as the opening kill outside. So just talking about Glaive is one thing, but Dupree, he'll be the other player to at least have some level of aggression and fast rotations on the CT side, where everyone is a bit slow. Everyone else is a bit slower.
Ambitious deagle from Flamey through Squeaky. Doesn't find the headshot he had hoped for. But this does actually let Na'Vi get a little bit closer to mini entrance. Device, he's sniffing out the side of the smoke, and he sees the back of Boomich. Oh, and he hits that. As Simple falls downwards, he takes massive damage. Glaive gonna solve the issue of a compromised mini. There's a Deagle shot back. What Flamey looked to start the round with, he finds here about halfway through. Now he's all that's left over. Yet again, Flamey, the one-man army in these sorts of rounds. Can he take a second one with him? Because I guarantee he is not long for this world, and Magisk ensures that.
Flamey's level in these last two series have been fantastic for Na'Vi. As we kind of set this up, he's scored a positive rating in the last 6 maps, which you'd say the bar is kind of low there, but a couple of maps, 1.22, 1.26 versus G2 and Liquid in important matches. His impact has been known. He talked about it in the interview on the desk and just said that like he's very happy that his performances have come up in a big way, and it's no coincidence that Na'Vi have made it this far in the tournament, and Flamey has also performed super well. Of course, that sub-in will be coming in on Inferno potentially, but first we've got more action. A failed spray inside of the ramp means that Na'Vi can crack this open. Astralis are on fire, but for how long?
Device is literally on fire, and he has to move away from that, offering up 64 HP. He retreats. Na'Vi sort of stutter.
Man, that was a really rough spray inside of ramp. I'm not sure if that was Magisk or Bubsky, but neither of them came up with a frag. Very awkward situation.
Ooh, perfect by Glaive. He just backed up around the corner as Boomich falls down from Mini. It's lower HP for Astralis, but they've got a chance here. Glaive, he's going to lose that second gunfight. Device from the skies looks, but nice grenades. Simple dunks it on him. And now Dupree's going to have to come in with a clutch, but doesn't look like he's even going to try it. This is Na'Vi giving us a tied game right away the moment Astralis have their lead, back to 5 rounds all.
Well, you don't have to be a rocket appliance to know that Device rotates into heaven before the retake comes in. That's it, right? Rocket appliance?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I like when they throw through 2 of them. Ensure you nail it on the money. Nothing but utility damage versus Device in that round.
Yeah. Okay. It's a little bit scrappy, right? With the play that Astralis decided to make on the CT side with the double ramp push. It's something that I think I've watched every single demo for Bubsky so far. He'll push he honestly, you think of him as a super aggressive player, but he doesn't actually push through the ramp all that often. He'll do it a tactful amount of times, 1 to 3 times a half. Honestly, some games only even 1 single time. So, and he usually picks the right time to do it. Here he even has support, which is something a little bit new. There's no kill that comes of it. It's fine. It's a tactic that fails and it costs Astralis a round, but you don't win every single round or have a solid half just by playing passive every single time. This is not weird for Astralis. I don't think it's going to rock him too much. I think the main concern, of course, is that the map is just close in general and that Na'Vi are playing very well.
Yep.
Always going to be talking about this through the lens of Astralis as the favorite. No matter how well Na'Vi have played, at this point, Astralis have proved more.
Yep, they come in from the upper bracket. Let's set that tone. It was Na'Vi who was sent down to the lower bracket at the very first step of this event because of a fresh-faced Team Liquid.
Yeah. And
slowly, we've seen them rise. The souffle, so to say.
Hopefully they can't pop like one.
It is their final hurdle. This is that critical moment. 2 maps separate them from $600,000 and a first-place finish at the 2020 season. Boomich creeping out from Squeaky, doesn't see the player in Rafters, and he actually goes into Mini. Magisk, he's playing above the hut. Flamey's got a single kill. Now it's Magisk's chance at back. Good spray. He moves it downwards, and as Device had done damage, it kept it possible. Simple is going to get this bomb in, and we've got ourselves a 2v2. Bubsky and Device both with ops, though. Not an ideal retake situation. Deagle's out for Device. Utility in the play, but Astralis not yet using it. They've got Na'Vi uncertain as to where the retake comes in, and that incendiary right there is perfect. Fast swap to the M-Force, excellent. But they've left the Undertaker, and he's sitting back sight to die at the hands of Bubsky. 6th round for Astralis, 1 round lead.
It's scary to have to rotate in with the AWP, but closing off on an angle like that where Simple cannot run, plus having Device there takes the edge off. The 2v2 won here with composure for Astralis. Nicely done. They're going to be feeling good about this win. And I wanted to make a note here of the entry pathing from Flamey. The way that he comes out of he comes out of hut and wraps the side of hut and can't be seen the entire time from that position that I call fur. I don't know what other people call it. But in that position, he was able to go out and help the upstairs execute, plus hide from Magus that whole time. And then Magus still hit the spray transfer to kill him and his teammate. Ultimately, the trades look good enough. Of course, when Na'Vi get into the post plant in the 2v2, you're still going to give them the favor slightly. Of course, the T's in that spot would be, they would take that position 10 times out of 10. But they don't close it out. So the Astralis are aware of where they're playing from and now take a small lead because of it. The op changes hands. I don't know if Bubsky ran over it. I don't know how he could have. But maybe he was using that to op at ramp, and now it's just in the hands of Device. Perfecto, big concession. He's only got a Tech 9 with his utility.
Tough spot for him, particularly. Early nades out of Na'Vi. Gonna set a tone outside. Electronics looking for the entry. Make sure you clear close. We have had Astralis get aggressive.
I think Perfecto, Electronic. Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, sorry. Bubsky will end up getting a kill. Glaive is looking for the push. I feel like to punish Electronic, but he's going to hear a couple of sets of footsteps as they run low on time.
Of course, Bubsky's downstairs on B right now. He's on the other end of Glaive's flank, so they've got them boxed in. It's just a matter of timing, and Na'Vi, they're playing with that because they just go sprinting. Now, Glaive has to give chase, and he sees the back of Perfecto. Crisp kill. 5v3. They've got Na'Vi exactly where they want them. Pinned in within vents. The only anomaly is this player upstairs still challenging from Squeaky. If Flamey gets the kill onto Dupree back vent, then that could have been the ejection policy. But instead now Na'Vi, this is a one-way ticket to a round loss, unless they somehow pull it out of the hat. And it just doesn't look likely.
No,
They've got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Glaive knows that at least one more person had crossed based on the footsteps that he heard. Now they're playing it patiently.
Whoa.
Oh, but so is he, and he's not overextending at all. So they're coming on and finally look for the fight, and Glaive will be the one who wins it. And quite like Boomich, if he's able to win his duels when he's the guy who's usually in an untradeable spot, taking a risk that most other players are not willing to do, then they are going to snowball. But at the moment, honestly, Boomich has been quite successful, even though he's only at 6 and 10, as well as Glaive, who is now with this 2K at 11-5.
Bubsky very quick to get downstairs. This is where the round begins. We had Boomich slip down vent. Bubsky gets a critical kill, of course, because with the pace that we saw Na'Vi go 4 guys down secret, imagine had they already unraveled the B defense. Glaive's flank would have been a non-issue.
Yeah, this one's a bit tough. We saw that Glaive got out to the corner of Secret in the past, and you could see that it was on his mind to try to flank into lower, but he's watching outside carefully. This time he finally kind of takes the leash off and goes for it.
This round's a little bit hectic. Again, we get some utility kind of raining into the A site.
They understand the importance of the squeaky pressure. You know, if there's any team that does, it's Astralis. Because on T side, they're going to be the team to really abuse the vent dives. For some reason, no matter how many nades and spams you throw at them, they can find a way to get down the vent. And that causes huge problems. But talking about huge problems, here's a 2-pronged to tank on ramp.
Bubsky kind of splits the shot down the middle. Magisk, he'll be softened to 84. And because of the incendiary, this angle just doesn't favor him. He doesn't get confirmation. Dupree's going to be kind of flying blind at the moment. Oof. He sees this now, and he just peeked away from it so he could go back at that bomb carrier. Dupree trying to get a second, won't happen. Simple gets the better of him. Na'Vi with the better of Astralis.
Electronics waiting for the smoke to come up.
Magisk, I think he knows he has to wait this out. Confirm that it's clear, and now they could maybe still contest this, but it's a dangerous voyage to send yourself down vent not knowing where Na'Vi have gotten off to when you gave them a solid 10 seconds to choose their positions. They go 2 guys towards control and a bomb plant. The trajectory on that nade tells them someone's towards control, and Flamey with Perfecto both pick up headshots to push Na'Vi onto their 6.
He's very happy to get that kill. Of course, he wanted to show himself, to make his opponent eat the flash, and then was going to go for the op shot. That would have been an interesting play to make if it was successful, to see how the rest of the 1v1 went. But here's the first attack, right? Again, the two-player hit on ramp. They share damage. They take Bubsky out. They deny Magisk information. And the only reason it comes close is because Dupree. He hits 3 people and gets 1 kill. a huge amount of damage considering the spot that he was in. Nowhere to fall back from there. That was really his final destination in more ways than one.
More aggression by Device, but Simple was so ready for it. And now suddenly Glaive heavily outnumbered, on his own entirely, but he peeks over to Electronic, who is trying to take that space. Maybe Glaive goes one better. Oh, he gets the chance. Boomich can't quite trade frag fast enough to deny that second kill. This is all Glaive so far, but Flamey's out from Squeaky, and that opens the A site. Magisk, now he's trying to reel back from this, as Bubsky just missed his chance at Flamey.
But they know that he's here pushing. Ramp, they demand a flick of him, they get it.
And he's back at it! Another! Perfecto's trying to come down the ladder. Astralis, they have no business winning this one. No business at all. 3 versus 5 to now a 2v1. But Boomich has time to play.
Yeah, you know what? Very smart in the clutch, honestly. I think he does have odds here. We know Bubsky's low. His mobility is going to be limited because he's on the op, and this lurking situation, this could be the round. Okay, he gets the kill and knows that Bubsky was the one to fall back off of ramp and doesn't see him into hell. So now, rotating up, see, he reads the rotation perfectly, and oh my God.
And he waits, but then he falls.
He's going to bait.
He's going to bait it. Or not. No, he just wants to keep eyes on it, knowing that Bubsky would be inaccurate. Bubsky, no. He's gone to the wrong bomb site. He's only realized now. And that gave all the time for Boomich to reposition deep into Mini. Now Bubsky's in a desperate spot. Already the position's known. Boomich, he hits this every single day.
That's it. I mean, it's well played. No matter what happens, right? If he reads the correct bomb site, he's only embarrassed further because he comes up the vent, and Boomich reads the rotation absolutely perfectly. Knows that he's coming up the ramp. That's really nicely played by him. It ultimately comes down to the Magus duel, whether or not Bubsky knows it.
Bubsky going for that ladder kill, and then falling back. Yeah, tough stuff to swallow.
It could have been communication. It might not have been his own thing. So, don't be so quick to point fingers as to, why he thought it was lower, but seemed to be pretty convinced. Either way, we're into the last round of the first half.
Both teams solid buy. Mac 10 in play. But that's a minor concession. It's Astralis in the possession of the better weapons. Glaive. He gets himself an opening kill, but there's the answer.
Tripped on some rocks or something outside.
Simple finds him with a wall bang in response. Not ideal for Astralis. Somebody's taking a lead at the end of this one. And Device welcomes Perfecto to go for that peak, but now that the smoke grenades fade, he knows he can't stand out in the open. So he's got to go more passive. Na'Vi knowing this, just let him sit, let him stew. You've got more than a minute to work.
Oh man, the op lower is huge. So it's ramp is where they pull the goalie, right? They take a risk here. And Device is playing this very actively. He's actually taking a huge risk by exposing himself to the side of Mini to clear out Big Garage. And there was a moment of timing where he could have caught Perfecto. I mean, seen Perfecto patrol on this angle in the past. But you'd be hard-pressed to believe that Device is going to take that risk too many more times. But now it's kind of this mental battle of who actually needs to take the risk here, right? We've got Flamey waiting back in the lobby, and the CT's not pushing quite yet. It's feeling comfortable. But for some reason, Na'Vi don't think that they are. So will this kill the clock for the T side, or will they be able to make a decision in time?
Yeah, Father Time is calling. Na'Vi haven't yet to pick up. They could walk right into Device's angle. Oh, but he drops the shot, and he hits the repeat, but Electronic stays standing.
Trade!
Oh, the grenade! That's perfect. Magisk is just gonna focus on this, and Simple gets the better of him. 5 seconds to spare. Flamey's got another. Dupree with the shotgun. Can't stop them. Na'Vi, 1 round lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, another episode of the CS Money Dream Skins. Today, it's the AWP with Nevera. For this episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at the AWPs, and for that, I have brought on an expert. I've brought on Nevera from Vitality. Are you a fan of skins? Are you passionate about skins? Is it something that gets you excited?
I feel when I have a skin on my hand, I'm playing better. It's psychological, but yeah, I really like skins.
What op skin do you currently use?
My current skin is the AWP Wildfire. There's a Phoenix on the skin on the op. It's really cool. It's kind of red, it has yellow, like it has a lot of colors.
3 skins that I think you might enjoy for the AWP. Obviously, we have your skin itself, the Wildfire. You know, it is kind of a darker skin, right? It's got that like black, blue, carbon fiber kind of finish. Obviously, what really sticks out is this awesome Phoenix, and I think that really brings the skin to life. I'm gonna put the Wildfire as an option. We know you have it already. I'm not gonna try to take you away from it. Option 2, Nevera, is a containment breach. Very much like the Wildfire, even though you've got some darker patterns, some darker color, it's the bright color that is on the skin that really brings it to life. The third option, I mean, this one, how can we talk about AWPs without mentioning the Dragon Lore? Now, a Dragon Lore, it's got that kind of winding dragon all the way down the side, very similar to the Phoenix and the Wildfire.
Like the skin is really beautiful.
So out of those 3 skins, which one do you like the most?
I would say the containment breach.
All right, so the containment breach. Now, obviously factory new, of course.
Yeah.
So Nevera, the AWP containment breach seems to be for you. When it comes to the stickers on the skin, however, do you think this one needs a sticker, or are you all right with how it is?
I think this doesn't need any sticker, because like the artwork on the AWP is so beautiful that you can't put something on it. It will ruin the skin, and yeah, it's simple like that, and it's really good without the stickers. In general, I don't have stickers, just 1 or 2 on the USP, but I don't use stickers usually.
All right, man, then we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it nice and clean as a toxic rat-covered AWP can possibly be. This has been the CS Money Dream Skins Ops with Nevera.
And so we jump back into Nuke, the first map of our grand finals here for the Blast Global Finals. It was a 4-0 start from Navi, 5 rounds straight from Astralis to get on fire, a single round sprinkled in, and Navi close with 3 in a row as they take to the CT side.
Yeah, they played well to get here. There's so many good individual plays from both sides. A very interesting half. And now that we're past it, there are lessons to be learned, but we have to move now into the T side of Astralis and the CT side of Navi. And Flamey here rotating down lower. Where's the support? He's trying to anchor this position, and a clean first shot to start it off.
And not bad, even well, whittles away. 3 players off the play, and then Simple comes into the mix. Flamey's got a 4th.
The ember from the ashes, baby. That was so clean from him. It's obviously something that he's known to do. There's a couple of positions where you think of Flamey, right? That's on ramp on Nuke, on overpass on B barrels. It's just a signature position, an angle that he likes. It's not something that you're going to learn from a textbook, right? He just, it's just a position everyone plays. He just does it better.
Gets those wild spray downs. Does it with a pistol. Automatic guns not needed.
Wait till he gets a Galil.
And then the game really begins.
And we'll talk.
Astralis is going to spend nothing on this 17th round.
Yeah, he totally denied their ability to get the plant. Of course, you know how important Flamey is right there. If he dies and they get control of control room, they jump through that window, suddenly you can plant. You can plant on the side of the door. You have to actually worry about losing players before the retake even begins. Everything really falls apart. And the only thing Astralis needed in that round was a plant.
Yep.
The round win itself is trivial, to be honest. It's all about the economy starting out the half. I'd rather win the second round than the first.
Starting to look like Navi will take both, but Magisk has other ideas. MP9's making money. He's talking about Flamey and his multi-kill potential.
Just 1 level up, right? Charmander, Charmeleon, okay?
Yeah.
But we aren't at Charizard just yet.
Not quite. Maybe once that Galil gets passed over. Don't make the mistake, Astralis. They won't. 5 AKs for the T side. Damn, that is cash money.
Yeah, that's the other thing we can't. We have to respect if the SMG dies, then that SMG doesn't get $600 a kill for all the kills versus the eco. Yes, it's not a big loss to lose the SMG, but that SMG was your cash cow. So Astralis is setting up outside, but initial nades are interrupted. Of course, the guy who's always going to be interrupting these nades outside the smokes and the cross is Electronic. He'll have new timings to throw these every single time. He honestly preemptively throws his Molotov a lot, so anybody who throws nades out of spawn, they're going to get punished. because you're not always reacting to the nades coming high and over. Sometimes you're just getting rid of it right away. And here the read is correct. So even though Astralis don't cross here, and Electronic can say that nobody has as well. So this just frees up the rotations a little bit, but they get the kill.
Easy ramp hit. Flamey's not going to see a thing. Simple's in position, just gave up the angle, and even though he hits the shot, 2 HP makes the difference for Device. Flamey's gonna find the kill versus Glaive. Electronic tries to extend here. Whoa! There are players all over him, and he has the audacity to go weapon swapping.
That's actually a huge save, right? He takes the off, he goes, they're getting out of there too. I don't think they're even gonna try to go for this. Electronic, he's still sitting vent side, actually. There's just one player far
Now
away.
they're gone.
Yeah, okay. They will realize that this is a smarter course of action. Magisk will quietly hunt them down. He'll eventually spot one and fall back. But yeah, that's at least a round from Astralis. This comes with an open ramp and a kill that comes down on a rifling player solo, I think. So it's nice. We at least get the chance for Astralis to come back into this half. It's obviously far from over. We don't know where Na'Vi will take this. And because they keep the threat of majority guns alive, Astralis can't play the next round like an anti-eco.
Keeping things full of life here at the start of the second half. No economic woes. Bubsky's pick up to Boomich, just trying to get down the vent.
Just the audible. Okay.
Yep. Wrong ticket. And then this kill from Device. Oh, 2 health, Mohan.
Yeah.
Only 2 HP to get that one.
Thin margins.
But again, saving grace for Na'Vi. Weapons extracted from that problematic position. Keeps things afloat for the 19th round.
I guess that's okay. So that's maybe why ramp there wasn't anybody in ramp. They're really worried since the rotation got stopped, and Astralis knew it, that they had to overcompensate.
Glaive's not looking. Electronic, his 4th kill of the map.
I swear to God, those guys just watch each other's demos.
Sure.
Those two clashing outside.
Ooh, here it comes. Utility over the top of Hut. We've got Perfecto with a headshot. Then there's a redirection over towards the ramp. This is where Magisk is looking for the entry. A little bit of a fallback from Flamey, but this draws them closer into Simple. And Magisk just wide crouch peeks into that one.
That was a Honda peek right there.
Hell yeah, it was. Magisk looking for more, and he gets it through the floor. Bubsky tries to find one back to the control room, but, well, he's actually not been able to stop them. It's a 2 versus 2. Boomich caught by Device, who walks over the control panel. Perfecto over towards Vents. With 23 HP, this one looks impossible. They are so locked into this post plant. Another ramp success story for Astralis. Magisk versus Simple.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh my God. Magisk says, I flipped the light switch and I'm under the covers before the room goes dark. That's how fast this peak was. And then he makes it a second entry as well. And of course, it is all about how accelerated you can get each kill so that the rotation on the next player is just one step behind over and over again.
And there we go. Slips in, ensures the save.
Oh, they're going to have to fight hard for this one.
Yeah.
Perfecto earlier, incredible upstairs hold. Finally castered by Anders. Love that.
Yes.
It was so nicely done. And that wasn't an anomaly. He's been improving on small sites as well as here on upper. It's been crazy to see how underrated he has been as an aimer, like just a pure aimer. Came into 2020 with some of the best clutch statistics on the roster, or sorry, in the world. A very steep scoreline for the low amount of games that were played, but continued to show improvement.
Ouch.
Okay.
Gravity, not an ally of Dupree. And oddly enough, that comes with a kill for Na'Vi, who have now taken over a second rifle. Electronics close on the smoke. God, why does this have the makings of a very sketchy upset?
Yeah,
when I see Simple in a position like this, when I see Astralis having 2 bodies low, I'm just starting to sweat for them.
Remember what we looked at as like a very important piece of control here for the CT side? It's getting into heaven if they want to, or clearing it out. Now, Dupree, he's trying to find this extra player who might come to watch outside sometimes, who might be camping up here. I'm sure he's keeping in his mind that Simple might be here. but he's hanging out below, looks like he's going to try to flank ramp as they hit towards lower. He gets spotted by Perfecto, but this is a tell.
Fake doors. Oh, snappy shot from Boomich. Keeps the man advantage. So Perfecto's rifle goes down, and Dupree's position's at least known to Na'Vi. Now, with Perfecto dying, Simple can get that M4 right back, and sure enough, his hand's now on it. Dupree looking to retreat. Simple still up in heaven. 2 T's peek from Mini, and 1 goes down. That's bomb confirmed. And a position here by Vent. Really good spot for Na'Vi. 15 seconds to spare, and Simple's position wasn't initially something big, but it comes out to save Na'Vi at the end of this round.
Honestly, I'm shocked that he's even still in heaven in that position. Could have been trying to hunt down Dupree on the flank. Could have been a useless spot, right, if they had gone lower. Electronic must have got the info that they were running back upstairs. And, man, there's a couple of really cool individual tactics that we see from Na'Vi. First, you called it, the fake door to allow this peek to just have maybe a little bit more success. And then the all-you-can-eat buffet, Simple, coming back for seconds and then thirds with these very, very careful kind of shoulder peeks into the Mini.
Yep.
And Electronic getting the info sitting on secret. They were waiting for them at every turn.
And even if Simple decides to maybe go play down in hell to try and chase Dupree towards ramp, even if he takes a kind of like a passive peek towards it, Dupree was floating back up to the A site to try and catch that. To me, it's the fact that Simple never leaves the upper floor.
Yes.
Goes from rooftop into heaven.
Yes.
Just never even bites on the possibility of the shark swirling beneath him.
It could have been that because of the shark swirling beneath him, that he didn't think if he could have thought it was lower. You know, just to take him down a peg, not say he's some kind of like absurd genius. I mean, he makes amazing rotations all the time. So this wouldn't mean much, but if he thinks that he can't kill Dupree or get the better of him, that his next rotation would be either getting down the vent or getting through into lobby, into a late ramp, something like that, then of course the first step would be going towards heaven instead. But it ends up covering everything. And maybe you can credit Boomich for sending him back in that other direction. But overall, it's a very strong round played on an individual basis for Na'Vi.
And that 20th round, well, that could be the one the analysts talk about post-map. If economically, it's the swing back for Na'Vi. They've got 3 AKs on this round, a real testament to the recovery that was just offered to them by Astralis, as Astralis themselves play double deagle. Then Electronic picks up the first kill, Dupree on top of Mini. This time he makes the jump.
Don't get offed.
And Device, oh, he's gonna drop the shot.
Oh, they pull the flash out and they know he's waiting.
Simple's down in secret.
And they can't deny sometimes. They can't deny his position out here. They can only discourage. And Simple, I guess, can potentially just take the duel straight up if he wants to walk up late, and we'll see how prepared they are to watch it.
He waits just long enough for Device to come back onto this side of the red box, but he still hasn't taken that ultimate risk. Oh, an Electronic off of Boomich's flash, then that's even better, because now everyone from Astralis is thinking about Electronic, and Simple comes up. Perfecto's gonna find one. The flick shot's not there, but it's Bubsky 1v5. 30 seconds, outnumbered, outgunned, and now trailing by 3 rounds. This CT side from Na'Vi.
That was like a tourist trap. They got them walking around outside, taking photos of things, having them distracted the entire time. Meanwhile, Electronic's just going to work.
Overpriced souvenirs.
Yeah, exactly. They've just got their attention, right? Like magpies to a pile of silver. There is Boomich flashing once and then twice so that Electronic can take a peek every time Astralis appear to want to make progress. And that's it. They fizzle out like a flat soda. Astralis have no money into this round, and Na'Vi are very much in the power position.
Deagle P250. The $1,000 that Astralis have spread across this team in the form of 2 measly pistols. Na'Vi, well, they've got nades for days. Incendiary first, and there's a little bit of a peek here from Flamey. Last time they came his way with nothing to work with, he just sprays down 4 on the MP9. But not wanting to take such a risk, he fades away to the 2 CTs over here towards Hell. It is an easy day in the office. Magic's hand cannon still not even given a target, but maybe at this point, with such a man advantage, they creep into it, and even then, he can't find the shot. So Na'Vi secure that 13th round, a 4-point lead, with a CT side that's looking to cement itself.
Yeah, it already has. They've proved a lot so far. I mean, this is their lead to kind of throw away. What we've seen from Na'Vi is that they're extremely good at throwing the opening rounds and then pulling off an incredible comeback and looking like the stronger team. This is the rarer sight, and that makes it even more scary for Astralis because definitely they level up on CT side. Everybody gets a little bit better. Electronics had a bad game, and already on CT side, it doesn't look like his scoreline represents his impact.
Fair. Very fair. Good challenge. Magisk, I like that spot. Just a little bit of an off angle. Boomich peeks into it.
That's one of the most even and easiest fights that you can take on T side. So whenever Boomich wants to give them that, then they're going to go ahead and try it. And of course, Magisk top 10 rifler. He's going to be able to pull it out every once in a while. So the round starts to progress. They get outside. They get the cross smokes going. It's a minute 10. They're looking very sharp.
Simple on this passive angle down in secret on the right side of this peak. Glaive, oh my god, not ready for that one. Simple's gonna stick around with just the pistol. And then he goes back.
No
Second
way.
servings from Simple. No scope from Simple. And even further damage. Na'Vi, excellent hold down on the secret stairs. It's a one-man army. And as Electronic picks up that fourth piece of the puzzle, Bubsky sent spiraling down into the vents. A 14th round secured. Simple. The confidence through the roof, man. Gets the fadeaway P250 after landing this shot.
He's not even thinking about shoulder peeking just yet. And Simple doesn't want to leave without this kill.
Easy reposition to the following angle. And then the Hail Mary, which nets him the Frag V device. We've got Astralis back into a hell of a situation. A Galil, Tech-9, and Deagles sprinkled across this T side with Na'Vi on the cusp of 15.
That's not a once-in-a-while position, by the way. Simple, we can call back to a Blast event where Simple did that versus Astralis in his 22-1 CT side streak, and he got that 4K ace with the AUG.
Ooh, Dupree comes over top of Mini. And as there was already this fight unfolding from Squeaky.
That's the one rifle.
Yeah, that's a big moment. Dupree, he does what he has to, but Flamey, ooh,
Bomb dropped.
Delivery. He signs for it. Astralis checking the notebook. What's the return policy?
Of course, they just throw the package on the floor.
Perfecto just gonna anchor behind the vents.
Okay.
Device, this is it. He's got that Galil back in his hands. Player towards vent, supposed to be the easy pickup. Perfecto takes a headshot, still robs away a kill.
Oh, he riddles him with bullets. I can't believe he actually wins that duel. Definitely you'd rather be Device in that position.
You get the 2v2 back because Glaive finally comes out from Squeaky.
Okay, I don't want to get people too unexcited, but we've got the positional advantage. We've got two players watching both open points outside of control room. This is a really, really hard position for Astralis to get back into. Now, what's fun is it's kind of a sandbox for Glaive. There's no real wrong way to play this, and he can kind of take his approach and try to find that timing on the first player.
Yep.
He makes it a 1v1, then we're in business. So we'll see how he'll try to manage that first kill.
And that 1v1 is offered. Simple's not going to get that immediate trade kill, so Glaive better clear this corner close, and does so. Now it's Simple, and it's oh so close to the corner. Glaive runs him down, and that keeps Astralis alive. If we're talking force by round wins, it's one apiece in this second half.
Chew on that shoulder peek, Simple. That was beautiful stuff by Glaive. It's not everybody that can do it, that can stay that slick. You know, mechanically in that moment when you're a little bit nervous, you might go out a bit extra. An extra centimeter would have guaranteed the shot goes in, but instead, Glaive plays it with perfect composure.
Just goes for the peek.
There it is. He gets the info, and he just does not go out too much.
All the way home. Sends Simple packing.
How many times have we told that story from the other side? The op just wins the duel, and we move on to the next round. Instead, the rifler finally gets some shine.
Ooh, that's interesting. Remember, a callback to that first half, round 10, the anomaly from the T side. The one round that got crushed right back. I mean, that exact same thing could happen here, and we finish off where we started that round thinking Na'Vi was going to get their 15th and finish this show on nuke. Or Astralis with an op on device, turn this one around right here.
So yeah, they just got to chew through just a little bit more money, and then maybe they can speed up this kind of comeback to just evening up. And of course, there's nothing scarier than closing moments. Astralis, as good as Na'Vi's comebacks have been, There's been some very historic games, of course, where Astralis have shown that they are the most composed team. And here, Device, opening kill, but an answer back immediately by Simple. He looks for a second. The shot does not go in.
Yeah, they cancel out his peak from credit card, but they've actually got players close on him, both sides. Simple jumps into the fire. He's still standing, but not for much longer. Dupree finally getting the better of him. But you know, in that one moment, oh, Flamey slides out from hell.
They can't refrag him. It's 3v2. They're going lower, and he knows it.
They've got one player.
They're clearing out
Boomage
the
back
back to
behind
go
them.
down through ramp. This is fine. They're just playing it cool, but they understand that Flamey got this information outside. Now they set up for a retake situation. Boomich comes in from the back. He's trying to be a bit slower here.
Yep. Oh, that's so dangerous from Magisk, but it's on the money, and it's Flamey down. It's Flamey down, the guy who brought this round into possibility. Boomich with a headshot now pushes it all onto Magisk. He needs one more kill. Pops the window, doesn't jump, and catches him off guard. Magisk keeps it rolling.
Instant read as Boomich tries to run out thinking he's jumped into the control window, wants to go for the stick to try to come back and fight Magisk because he comes out, but Magisk, he was lying. He broke that window open and just walked forward over top of the bomb. Another nicely played 1v2 situation from a different Astralis member this time. A position where maybe, Astralis, they were winning for most of the round anyways.
Yes.
It was only Flamey to answer back with that incredible 2K to give Navi some odds.
Early damage versus Glaive. Device not going to let off the gas pedal. We've seen Navi win rounds with less weapons. Oh, Dupree, he gets pinched between the two of them. Magisk now, long distance fight, and Simple gets the better of it.
Bomb in the open.
A difficult situation for Astralis.
Two players cross downstairs. This is where the protocols need to come in, right? If you know that they may have crossed, you can either give up lower completely and just overstack on watching this bomb outside, or make sure that they can't leave from that position. But either way, you've got to be deliberate about it.
Really
and it seems
good
like
grenade.
They're taking the former option. No defense downstairs at all.
Calling out that position from Bubsky, taking away half of his health. Now they do have the smokes to get bomb back, and sure enough, none of this spam actually finds it.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna go ahead and crank that dial, assuming that Navi, as you said, choose to play the bomb. There's not that many members already downstairs in position, and now that they're scrambling, Device could go absolutely massive. This deep corner, Flamey's gonna check it, but he gets his head taken clean off, and it's only a singular kill, but here comes Glaive. They could all line up, one kill and a little bit more damage. Two of these players low. Bubsky, he gets perfecto. Now it's on Boomich and Simple to finish this retake with one flash. And Bubsky, well, if he swings this doors wide, it's Simple up close. Oh, it's awkward! Simple, he slides through and takes that 15th round.
Yeah, that's it. Match point now, and Astralis after that had to chew through so much bank, only to find Astralis in a third round, still managing a bye, and then they pick the round up.
Man, he closes the door and the boogeyman still comes out. Simple, slipping through as the doorway splits. And that's the 15th round.
That's the clutch that would have meant the world, of course, to Astralis. Now, where does that leave their money? They had 2 rounds, 1v1, and this player, they lose every single member. I don't think that the money's going to be in a great position, but what did they invest in? It looks like a scout on Device here on T side, a Galil to work with for Magisk. And, okay, Astralis showed us something when it came to denying match point, showing us that they have, like, some fight here, that they might make another one of their historic comebacks, but they don't do it this time. Now they're down to a lot less. Just because it is the best opportunity for Navi to strike doesn't mean that they can guarantee this round. They're still going to be nervous about closing this out. And we'll see what goes on. Electronic score continues to climb quietly. Simple, far and away in the lead, as per usual. Flamey definitely making his presence known, but honestly, Electronic outside in some of these critical moments has been somebody that we just cannot forget about at this point. He has been such a problem. Device has not been able to kill him. Electronic and Boomich, in this exact same spot that we've seen in the past, have been causing him so many problems, and he's been able to pick some other rifler off under his watch.
We think about how many players showed face outside last round from Navi, and it's no wonder Device goes hunting with that scout. but he sees nothing this time around.
This is tricky from Glaive. It could come down to a timing. It looks like Electronic, he's not going to be watching this whole time.
Good recovery. Now it's Flamey at bat. Glaive takes that second kill. This opens up the ramp room push, but they fall into Simple, and he only finds himself 1 kill. 4 versus 2 turned 4v1. Astralis fighting strong.
Yep, they're definitely going to take this into the lower site, knowing that they've got Simple dead and Flamey dead as well. Perfecto spotted up in the heavens, and this means the game will continue, even with a weak bye. The key play from Glaive. This is visualization if I've ever seen it. Okay, the fact that Glaive not only finds this first kill, but the way he approaches on the second fight, there was no sign here. He literally stopped, waited for that peek, crouched with them, was so in tune with the timing based on when that trade would come out. And even still, you'd give the advantage to the guy who was peeking, but Glaive, instant first bullet headshot, and he gets the kill that really just throws the round through his spiral. There's no way, without outside control like that and a 3v5, that they can come back into it.
With a round like this and a bye like this, you can say that again. No way they can come back into it. 13th for Astralis, unless I don't even know what.
Yeah, well,
impossible.
It's no, I mean, it wouldn't be the first deco that we've seen from Navi versus Astralis in this game already. They made some pretty cool plays. So Astralis are going to be somewhat concerned.
I would love to eat my words for the sake of the show. For Simple's show. He's got that deagle up. Pull out a device. Do it right now. He's got Glaive just on the red box cross, 2 players beyond him, bomb included.
Yeah, they don't spot anybody, but because it's not a normal round, they might not expect to. So it's unclear if they'll actually look for Simple in the big garage. But it's interesting because of the secret pressure at the moment. And Simple, he's going to spot him up top, looking for a second deagle. He finds 2, and he knows there's more outside.
That's the bomb. And Boomich, well, he gets the kill to device. Glaive's going to try to recover, but it's Simple who just gave up that angle. So much damage done to the other players. This needs to be Simple to go even bigger. He would find his 30th kill with a single more. And now he's gonna hunt the back of Glaive. But it's a shutdown from Glaive. And back into the 2v2, there's 20 seconds. Still no bomb possession from Astralis. That could be the nail in the coffin. It's falling down into them. They have to go through Mini. There is no other option. Perfecto looking to lock on the cross. Navi, a single kill away. And he dives down vent. Is there time? Is there time? Hold your breath! No! Or is there? He's got it! And Glaive's into the clutch. Glaive's into the clutch with incredibly low HP for the 2 remaining players. If they walk out this door, he needs to shut them down. Oh, a jumping deagle headshot! Are you kidding me? Navi, 16-12.
Look at that. That is the game.